On today's episode of Sexted,
We're back from holiday!
Jordan's got a classic Jolly Joke of the Week.
And VG&DIVAs, you have excelled yourselves with some of the dilemmas.
Hear all that and more on today's episode of Help, I Sexted My Boss.
Hello and welcome to Help, I Sexted My Boss, the podcast where we help you navigate the challenges of modern life, answering your 21st century questions and finding solutions to those everyday dilemmas. Like, what do we do now that our brat summer has officially ended? I'm so happy that is.
I don't think mine officially started.
I'm sick of hearing about it.
Yeah, it's like, get over it.
And what should you do if you've accidentally sexted your boss? But we're not usually agony ants, are we? William Hanson, UK's leading etiquette expert, TikToker and author.
No, we're not. Jordan North, Capital Breakfast Show presenter, author. I'm more Bond Street. What?
I suppose I'm an author.
Yeah, you are an author.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm more Bond Street. You're more Coronation Street.
How have we never done that one before?
I don't know, but thanks to Ross for that one.
I am well into a classic Corrie again on TikTok.
Well, and also I sent you that video the other day. I sent it to you. Julie Goodyear had a chat show.
Bit obsessed with Julie Goodyear. She had a chat show. Have you seen it? I knew you'd. Honestly, I've got an idea, but I'm not going to say it in case anyone nicks it.
Yeah.
But
you
said
it to me yesterday. I think it's a very good idea.
It's this. Yeah. We should toast to Julie Goodyear.
Right. There we go. There's a G&D. We've got ice. Thank you, Izzy, for getting the ice. Julie Goodyear.
Julie Goodyear. Okay. Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh.
Did you have any D over your brat summer?
Yeah, loads.
Did you?
I love the D in the summer.
Good.
Yeah.
Surprised you got the energy.
I prefer it in the summer to the winter.
Do you?
Yeah. It's a summer drink, if you ask me. If I'm orange, by the way, it's not for my tan for my holidays because I was like...
Auditioning for an Oompa Loompa?
No, it's not for that. It's because I just had my body weight in Aperol Spritz.
Okay.
Yeah.
You actually said to me yesterday when I saw you, went, do you know this is the first day I haven't had an Aperol Spritz?
I know. I got the shakes on Monday, first day back. Because honestly, because usually on holiday, it gets you're looking at your watch thinking, oh, it's...
That is the sign of a drink problem.
5 to 12. I could have one now. Last day at holiday, it's like 11:30. You think, I'll crack one open now. Honestly. So on Monday, I was like, God, I need a can.
Jeez. Can you get Aperol Spritz in a can?
No. I'm making it my own. I was using the Aldi version of Aperol Spritz.
What's that called?
Caprol's.
Aperol Shits.
Yeah, no. It's like Bob and Gary's is Ben and Jerry's, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah. So what was it called? Aperol, Aldi Aperol.
Because Aperol's a brand name, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Tastes the same.
Aprini, is it?
Aprini. It's all right, you know.
It's
not
all right.
too bad.
Yeah.
It was good. So, yeah. How was your holiday?
My holiday was fine, thank you. We went to Chicago, yes, which was lovely. It had everything that we wanted it to have. You know, we did shopping, we did some exploring, we went on the boats, and
It's a great city, Chicago.
we nearly burned to death.
I heard about this, and you also, at the same time, bumped into my boss.
Yes.
Yeah, which is just, honestly, when people say it's a small world, it really is. It really is. He'll be listening as well.
Well, he was. We had a lovely chat.
He's a great guy.
So what happened?
Keep that in.
Yeah.
He genuinely is.
No, it's lovely. So what had happened? It was we'd had a delicious meal the night before, as we had all delicious meals.
What did you have?
We went to this lovely Italian restaurant in Chicago called Monteverde. I'll give them a shout out.
I went there.
Monteverde?
Yeah.
Did you?
No way. I think we went there. I'll check.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like a 10-minute walk from where we stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we stayed at the same hotel.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. It's class.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think we went there.
Anyways, excellent. It was a recommendation from my friend Harry. It delivered. It was very, very good. Go to bed. It was about 5:45 in the morning. We weren't long until we were about to get up, thankfully. And we just hear this sort of click in the room, but quite a loud click that you think, what is that? And it turns out in the building, and I think it's a very good system actually, although it was incredibly scary, there's a little red speaker. And it's connected, obviously, to downstairs, some central access point. And suddenly we just get, this is the Chicago Fire Department. And we're in bed. We're like, is this a dream?
Bet Mike, you're like, I'm here, take me. Come on in, lads.
Please evacuate the building. There is a fire. And we're like, oh my God. And like, to be fair, in Britain, you just sort of sound the alarm and everyone wouldn't move.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh, it's a test. Someone's burnt the toast. but you know it's serious. I mean, thankfully, about 30 seconds into his announcement, he went, "There is no immediate threat to your life," which would have...
So was it live?
I would have led with that. Yes, it's a live... Someone's actually
like
speaking
on
to
intercom?
you. Yeah.
It's like radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so luckily, we threw on the clothes that we were wearing to the lovely dinner the night before that were still on the chair, because I toyed with going to... You know, you can get out the building...
Did you leave all your personal belongings?
We did leave, other than mobile phone, but yes. And thank God I was wearing some nice clothes. So we go out, and anyway, there was this huge, great big fire from the electrical vault underneath. It's not actually in the building, it's underneath the building. So we were homeless in Chicago because you couldn't get back into the hotel for about 6 hours whilst they dealt with everything. And we were literally wandering the streets. Thank heavens we were dressed in normal clothes, because some people had come out in their pajamas and robes.
Oh, God.
You weren't allowed back in. And the fire, and there's video footage of it, was sort of had singed the hanging baskets along the front of the hotel. I mean, I've never liked hanging baskets, so I wasn't. Was
that. It you?
I didn't start the fire.
It's naughty Norman Price here, weren't it?
But hilarious. I mean, I don't look great in the mornings. I mean, which gives you a rough idea, given how I look now, what I'm like in the mornings. And I had a bit of bed hair, because I have very fine hair, so it goes very messy. But we sort of wandered for about half an hour, and we went into a very nice 5-star hotel that will remain nameless for breakfast. I said, "Well, we'll go and have some breakfast in this hotel." And I said to Mikey, "Do you think they'll let us in?" Mikey looked immaculate.
Of course he did.
And they're like, "Oh, no, you're fine. You look absolutely fine, darling." They put us in the corner of the restaurant behind a curtain. We walked past all of the other empty tables, and I was right in the corner. None taken.
Is that where you bumped into my boss, or was that...
That was on the street whilst the fire was going on.
So my boss was in the same one as well?
Yeah, he was evacuated as well.
That's mad.
And whilst I was chatting, Mikey was so traumatised by the fire, he managed to give interviews to ABC, Fox, and NBC.
Did? Are you joking? What? The local news were there?
Local news turned up. It was a big story, because it closed the West Loop, which is where we were staying.
So is it just one hotel, or the one?
Well, one hotel, but it affected an entire block.
And could you go back in after 6 hours?
After 12 o'clock we did, although there was no hot water.
Was all electrics and that working?
They had to turn it all off. Once we got back in, it was fine, apart from the water.
Oh, what were Mikey doing?
Talking to the news.
It was like that viral clip. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the roof was like that.
It was like that.
Like you were like, "Hello, I'm Mikey Worrell from Wakefield. You're absolutely bloody car." I was screaming, and I thought, 1 minute, my life flashed before my eyes.
And then on the news, they label him as Mikey Worrell evacuee. Which obviously, in Britain, evacuee has a completely different meaning.
Have you got a clip of it?
We can get a clip.
Please get a clip of it. This is so funny.
It's, well, anyway, the Chicago Fire Department handled it very well. Mm-hmm. Everyone was very safe. The hotel were great. All good. Okay. But it was a bit daunting waking up at 6 a.m. thinking, "Oh, sugar, there is actually a fire." And it was a fire. But other than that, we had a lovely time.
Oh, good. I'm glad. It's a great city.
Nice. Although, because we hadn't actually...
Are you going to ask me about my holiday?
No, I'm going to finish this story first, and then we'll get on to you. Because we hadn't showered, and by the time we got back into the hotel at 12, thinking that we were about to shower, but they're like, "Oh, the electricity's back, but the water isn't great." We then there is a thrill ride that you can do on Lake Michigan, where it's this speedboat. I mean, it's a big speedboat. It seats about 100, that goes incredibly quickly and at sort of 45 miles an hour, and then sort of pivots and turns. You get soaked. It's sort of...
You could do that on Thames.
Yes, but also I suspect Lake Michigan's just a touch cleaner than the Thames. We got absolutely soaked. It was the only shower we had all day, and it was great.
Really?
It was very good planning.
Oh, well done.
So we were delighted with that. Anyway, without any prompting, how's your holiday been?
Yeah, it was good, actually. It was really good. So I did 5 days in Ibiza, then went to Spain.
Nice.
Did to the mainland.
The mainland?
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. 2 weeks. I've never had 2 weeks holiday. I've never had 2 weeks off.
Really?
I've never had 2 weeks off. And everyone thinks between the old place and Capital, it was like a 6 week thing.
No,
because
you were
working
doing,
and I was in every day. So it's like, it was great.
Good.
People everyone used to say, a week's not long enough. That's true. 10 days is just right. 2 weeks is too long. 2 weeks was great. Oh, it's perfect. Loved it.
I think 12 days is good.
Got in a dodgy taxi in Ibiza. I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
So
what is a dodgy taxi?
I'd actually, name drop, I'd been for lunch with my idol, Chris Miles. And we just had a wonderful lunch and some drinks and whatever. Yep. And then it was in the middle of nowhere. And Chris had gone off to go somewhere. And then there were no taxis. And this guy come over and went, "Hey, you want a lift?" And I went, "No, you're all right," because we've been told not to get in them. Yeah.
But you can't say no to people.
No. And then about 10 minutes later, he come back and I went, "How much?" He went, €20. I thought, well, that'll be cheaper than a taxi. So I jumped in it, and it was, it's one of them where I was actually shitting it, because in my mind.
Was he a dangerous driver?
But no, he was a really good driver, and it's one of them where I was in it, and I was thinking, oh God, like in my head going, he's going to kidnap us, gonna put ransom, isn't it? Like, and then I was thinking, right, what am I going to do here? I'll have to have nothing on me. I'm just in my trunks, and I've got a shirt.
Sorry, you were having lunch with Chris Moyles in your trunks?
Well, it's swim shorts. I know what I mean. So I thought, right, if he starts, I'll whip my flip-flop off and slap him round face, because this is what's going through your mind. Meanwhile, this is in my head, and I'm doing old Peter Kay. You've been busy, like, going on. I was just thinking, like, how am I going to take him on? Because, he could be a kidnapper. And I could just imagine it, like, my mum sat next to Amanda Holden at Pride of Britain Awards. Being presented with a medal or something like that. This is all going...
So you survived this?
Yeah, it's all going through my mind at the time. And I'm like, what time are you on till? Thinking all this, and but he dropped us off and I tipped him. So we're fine, but don't do it. Don't go on the getting licensed taxis. It was not worth the stress of that 20-minute journey, thinking I'm gonna have to flip-flop this guy here. Yeah,
we've all thought it.
So that was good.
What
have you been to Ibiza before?
No.
You'd really like it.
I wouldn't.
I said for my 35th next year.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna book out a big villa and take 20 of my closest friends.
Right.
Will you take bins out?
I'm not coming.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You'd like Ibiza.
No, I wouldn't.
It's
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to ask then?
I don't know if you did much reading in Ibiza or whether that was in Spain. But
Did
you read any good books?
I did. I'll get them up on we'll put them up on the newsletter and the website. I read The Bee Sting.
Oh yes.
Really
That's
good.
a big old book.
Mike, you'll like it. It takes a while to get into, but really good. It's a big slug of a book, bit like Little Life. It's a big slug of a book, but fantastic about this Irish family. It's really good. What else did I read? I read. I got Chris Tarrant's autobiography signed as a little present. You'll love it, Stu. It's so good. It's called My Life in TV, and then I was messaging Toby because Toby's his son that works at Global as well.
Yeah.
So he signed it. I'll show you. I'll put a picture up. This is to Jordan, the best Capital FM breakfast presenter.
Oh.
I was like, how nice is that? We nicked the bong man off him, so I thought he'd fallen out with me. But not that I've met him before. Really good. And there was a couple of novels I read as well. Good. Yeah.
Good. So a bit of fiction and non-fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Garnet Girls, that was good as well. So I'll put them all up. Yeah. Also, I was listening to, because I am a geek, listening to local radio.
Oh my God, you are like Steve Wright Lives.
Like when people, they go on holiday, about a few days in, they think, do you know what, we should just fuck it all off and just move abroad and open a bar.
Yeah.
And mine is, I'm going to sack it all off, go abroad and open a radio station or buy out Spectrum FM, which goes across Spain.
Okay.
Oh, I'd go in and shake it up a bit. It was good, but I know what I'd do with it. It's just
hello to Spectrum FM.
Spectrum FM, I love you. It's just a few DJs were great. Like they'd come out like UK's #1 single, yeah. And
which is what? Or was at the time?
At the time, it was. I think it was that Lady Gaga track, Bruno Mars.
Right.
And then they'd go into like Belinda Carlisle or something. It was a bit mad. And Shania Twain.
I like more music variety.
But it was more music variety. Just trying to be all different. So I'd go in and shake it up. Do my little show. If it all goes wrong, go out there. Spectrum FM. And I am on the Spectrum, so.
Well, both literally and, career-wise.
It'd be great. Yeah. It was really good, yeah.
Okay. Well, talking of good books.
Oh, yes.
See what I did there?
Very good.
Almost as if it was planned.
Do the hands.
What? In 2 days, Just Good Manners is available in all good bookshops, in all formats, ebook, audiobook. Yes, it is me reading the audiobook. Lots of people have asked. This is your new luxury actual copy.
Wow, look at that.
Show them the gold. It's gold leaf.
Can I read that?
Of course I don't know, can you?
Oh, you've signed it.
I have signed it.
Jordan, you're so posh now, you hardly need this, but hope you enjoy anyway. Love, William. His first book, he wrote to me, and I can remember it quote for quote. He put, to Jordan, this was mostly written with you in mind.
Yes.
Love, William. How life has changed.
Exactly.
Now look at that. Have you dedicated it to her? Oh, can I read that?
You can read it.
Oh, that's so sweet. To Granny, who gave me the etiquette book that launched 1,000 ships.
Indeed.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to do an impression. That was a really horrible moment. Sorry. A lovely
it's
moment
fine.
that I've written, but I'm so proud of you.
Oh, bless you,
I love
darling.
the smell of a book.
You are, look, and with Jordan North is there somewhere at the front, maybe one page before, or I don't know.
Help, also by William Hanson, Bluffer's Guide to Etiquette, Bluffer's Guide to Entertaining, Protocol to Manage Relationships Today, co-author. Help, I Sexted My Boss with Jordan North.
There we go.
A little mention.
You're in the acknowledgements.
When in Rome, do as the British do. Audrey Forbes Hamilton, To the Manor Born. My mum used to watch that.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Penelope Keith.
When in Rome, do as the man.
Anyway, don't read the whole thing now.
This is great.
You could do the alternative audiobook.
Yeah. Oh, William. William Hanson is an etiquette coach and Sunday Times best-selling author. He's director of English Manor, the leading British etiquette training institute, where he advises on gracious living and polite behaviour. He presents the popular podcast, Help I Sexted My Boss, and while he hates to boast, his short tutorials on social media have amassed hundreds of millions of views. You should see what he can do with a banana, a knife and fork. Oh, right, I thought that was your party trick.
Well, it is.
It's like Sticky Vicky.
Can we just put the dust cover on it nicely?
Okay, right, I am going to pop that in that's going in the living room.
Is it?
The main living room.
The main? Oh, not the main living room.
It's going in the big living room.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank
That's
God.
going up on shelf.
Well, if I don't achieve bestseller status, at least I'm in Jordan North's main living room.
There you go. Buy it now. Help my friend out. No, I didn't mean it like that.
That can be we can do a jacket quote for the paperback. Buy it now. Help my friend.
Who is that jacket? Oh, Camilla Long and Glenn Connor.
Yes.
I love her. I've not
I'm
read
doing
her
the
books.
Cheltenham
I've listened
Literary
to
Festival. That's
her audiobooks are great.
Yeah.
And Lady Glenn Connor and thing, he was awful to me. But she had a tough life. She had a hard life.
she did.
It was in big houses and stuff, but he were awful to
You
her.
can have a tough life in whatever size of
Yeah,
house.
no. He was terrible to her. Yeah.
Anyway, in other news to do with both of us, our VIG&DIVAs, if they're taking a long-haul flight with British Airways, can stick us on and join the Mile High Club with us.
We're part of BA's in-flight air entertainment system now.
Yes.
So next time you're on a long-haul flight, you go on podcasts and stuff, we'll be there.
And it's not just the audio version for Sexted, it's the video as
Oh,
well.
is it? Oh, I tell you what, you're worth your weight in gold, you, Stuart. Who sorted that? Oh, that's class. Oh.
And audio only, Keeping Up Appearances, the Luxury Podcast Series one.
Is that on there as well?
Not visualised, but the audio.
That's good. That's
good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not been on a BA flight, and there's at least one G&Diva's cabin crew.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I have specifically booked to go to New York in October. There's one reason I'm going for, but the other reason is just to basically watch us at 37,000 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How exciting.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Good old BA.
I watched a really good film actually on way back from my holiday on my iPad
Okay.
about I can't remember his
Well,
name.
it sounds fantastic.
Little French fella. Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Yeah. Really good. What? Really good.
Oh, isn't that a very long film?
Yeah, he's 2.5 hours. What? Little angry fella he were. He was good though. With I don't want to say Joaquin Phoenix, whatever he's called.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Really good.
Nice.
Yeah. I look at it on everything.
Well, Woody Jordan's film.
You know the Brits that beat him? I didn't know that. I love mystery, but I didn't know that.
Sorry, you didn't know that the Brits won
Sorry
the
if
Battle
you've
of
not-
Waterloo?
Yeah. Spoiler
Right.
alert. It was Duke
Have
of...
you seen Nelson's column?
Is that him? Are you joking? Is that him at top of Nelson's column? What's it called? Don't tell me.
Did you think it was Nelson Mandela?
No. Did he have lions?
Well, I don't
pets.
know. No, the Lions.
But
Just...
don't tell me it was the Duke of... Not the Duke of York.
I'm not telling you.
It was the Duke
Wellington.
of Wellington.
Yeah.
Who was...
The Duke of Wellington.
Yeah, what was his name?
I know, Steve.
It wasn't Steve, but yeah. it was
No, I
him,
forget.
I think.
George, probably.
To be fair, he did have, there was a few other countries that were trying to defeat
Yeah,
him
but
as well.
Napoleon was defeated by Nelson at Waterloo, I believe.
Nelson. Yeah, so it was he was called
Yeah.
Nelson, the Duke of Wellington.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Listen to the ABBA song.
Waterloo. Is that about that? I thought it was about the tube station. Are you joking? Is that about the Waterloo? I thought it was about meeting your lover at the tube station.
Oh, you absolute idiot.
Is it? Let me have a look at it. I thought it was Waterloo. I thought it was a
I
tube.
was defeated, you won the war.
I just thought it was about meeting a friend in London.
Oh, my brother's bought me tickets to go and see Abba Voyage.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to watch
That's
that.
my birthday
Anyway,
present.
right. I wish I did history at school. I found it.
I think you did,
No,
actually. I
as
think
a
it was on the
GCSE,
national curriculum.
I dropped it at GCSE.
But you
didn't
did
I?
it before.
Yeah, and I always found it not boring, but I wanted to do other stuff, and I wish I did it. I love all like that now. Really good it was. Anyway, should we go to Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week?
Next week, let's cover World War II.
Okay.
And just in
Oh no,
case-
I'm clued. Ask me anything on World War II. Go on.
What are the dates?
1939 to 45.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, but it depends if the Americans, because they came in a bit later, didn't they?
They did, yes. Shall we go to Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week?
Yes.
Here's the jingle.
If you like a chap who's cheeky and northern, you're in for a treat with our Jordan. And if a giggle is what you seek, you're sure to love Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week.
Okay, so someone sent me this in, but I forgot to screenshot it. But if I can remember it rightly, so if that's you, do get back in touch. There's this old couple in an old people's home, and they decided to form a relationship. And I'll tell you the punchline after the break. All right, G&Divas, thanks for sticking with us. It's time for Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week. There's this old couple who are getting on a bit in an old people's home. And after a while, they decided to form a relationship. And one day, one of the nurses walk in, and under covers, they're going at it, hammer and tongue, proper going for it. To a point where it's getting a bit racy. Really going for it, this old couple.
Okay.
And a bit long in tooth, going a bit deaf and that. And she says, "Slow down, I've got a cute angina." He says, "Your tits aren't bad either."
I mean, that is actually quite funny.
Whoever sent me that, please get in touch, because I remember reading it, laughing, and not screenshotting it, and they DM me it. A cute angina. You were deaf.
Yeah, I get it.
Acute angina.
Yeah.
Do you like that one?
Now remember, it's
I
time.
love a good joke.
It's good.
I do.
It's time for your questions and dilemmas.
All right, then. Remember, if you need our help with something, then get in touch. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sextedmyboss.com. You can DM us. We're @sextedmyboss on socials. Or you can write to William, who, in the fullness, good that G&D today, it's hitting different, isn't it? Who, in the fullness of time, promised a handwritten reply in one of our luxury greeting cards of executive self-seal envelopes. The address is on the website, sextedmyboss.com. Do you know what we should do?
Yeah.
A lot of people have been messaging me about it, about G&D. You know, in the old days, before this was our only work and we didn't have to go into other places after.
Well,
We'll
speak
do
for
an
yourself.
episode, maybe on a Friday or somewhere, and we'll get hammered.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't done one
I
for
would
a while.
like to do. Someone said to me the other day as well,
Like, yeah.
when we got. Because also, there was a time, we
We
talked
used to
about
get
it.
so pissed. But don't forget, we used to record 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah. In the interregnum between the old place and your new place, there was an episode
Where I got pissed.
where you got pit, and that was great.
Was it?
I was actually the sober one. For
Is that where we had to cut out a lot of stuff?
Possibly. And we should do that again.
Yeah, didn't I? Yeah.
We'll do diary in a minute, and we'll come up with a date we can all do that and drink responsibly.
Yeah.
This first one comes from Anonymous. Dear William Jordan, EPB, Chairman Emeritus Stewart, and the rest of the splendid Sexted crew. I recently realised that my friends have had the same pink towel in their downstairs lavatory for a while. Another friend in our group noticed it too and asked when the hand towel was last washed. To our shock, horror, and frankly disgust, we discovered that the towel has been hanging there unwashed for 5.5 years.
Oh, even for me and my toilet brush, that's grotty.
What's the etiquette for telling your friends to wash their towels regularly, or better yet, to get some new ones?
How would you? Again, if it's friends or family, it's fine. You'd be like, you need to wash that towel. How do they know it's not been washed for 5.5 years?
Because they asked.
Oh, that's crawling. You'd have to, as soon as they replied, I think you need to say,
You need to change that.
I'd bin that or put it on at least 2 boil washers.
just bin it. It's probably biological. It's a biohazard.
Yeah, you need to bring that up with him.
There are certain people's... Well, no, actually not houses, but I have been in public places where I just won't even... I'll wash my hands, I'll dry my hands, but then I sit straight back down and get the antibac out.
Really?
I just don't trust... Because also you've touched the door to come out.
Those Dyson hand dryers, the ones you dip your hands in, I always feel like they're germ.
Most hand dryers of any brand, not great.
Yeah, not wrong with Dyson hand dryers, but just
hand dryers in general.
Okay.
No, I think you are right. Look, you can't really tell your friends to change things massively, but I would just not wash your hands there and just spritz yourself with antibac afterwards instead. Mm-hmm. You'd probably be safer not washing your hands or spritzing yourself with antibac than touching that towel.
Yeah.
5.5 years. You need to get new friends.
Grotty.
Here's one from Gina.
Can we get more of those foot things on that were in the Olympics in COVID? Opening
Foot
doors
thing.
with a foot, the little foot things.
In Chicago, they have
Yeah,
those, I noticed, on the doors.
You've got to make global, and it's so much better. You don't have to put your hands on handle. Yeah. Anyway.
Here's one from Gina. Dear William Jordan and the Sexted team, I recently had a little tiff with my partner, and I'm hoping you can help settle it.
What's the difference between a tiff and an argument?
I would say a tiff is one down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as you called it the other day, fracas.
Did I say fracas?
Yes, you did.
When was that? Well, fracas one up because he punched that producer.
Yes, true.
That's where fracas came from.
No,
wasn't it?
it's not where fracas came from. It was what popularised fracas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, while decorating, I misplaced my birthday book and was stressed about finding a gift for my friend in time for her birthday. Since my friend recently moved in with her boyfriend, I messaged him to ask what she might like for her birthday. He suggested some cruelty-free beauty products, so I started browsing bath bombs.
What was she using before?
I don't know.
Cat's blood hair shampoo or something.
Then I had a thought. What if their new place doesn't have a bathtub? I messaged him again to check, but he didn't reply. Needing to order quickly, I searched for their house on Rightmove, checked the floor plan and photos, and confirmed that they had a bath. Good thinking. Satisfied, I ordered the bath bombs and sent them with a lovely note. When I told my partner about my resourcefulness, he was upset, calling it stalker behaviour and an invasion of privacy. I argued that the photos are public information, but he doesn't see it that way. So, who do you think is right? Yeah, I think, Gina, you were being very resourceful.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean, Gina, let's be honest, you weren't just looking to see if they had a bath. Come on, but, that's fine. When Rick first came down to London, went to watch Cortinas, I got up in the morning, hungover. Yeah, he was at my kitchen table on Rightmove, looking at the price of my house. I went, what are you doing? He went, oh, shit. So I went, were you just looking at my house on Rightmove? He went, yeah.
I think, again, it's public information, as you say. You may not like it.
Have you looked at my house on Rightmove?
We've looked at everybody's.
Have you looked at my house on Rightmove?
I haven't, no.
Mikey.
Yes.
But I do, now you said that, I feel like that is an invasion of privacy.
And to be fair, it's very affordable for all those reception rooms.
We're not doing this again.
Anyway, an anonymous...
Is in my house, you have to come round. That sounded weird.
You don't need to come round, you can just check it out on Rightmove. Save yourself the bother.
Oh.
What?
I'm not seen you since my barbecue ever.
No.
Thanks for coming.
It was good fun.
It was a good laugh, wasn't it?
What Jordan can't do with a sausage isn't worth knowing. It was very nice.
Thank you.
But Gina, I am on the side of you. I think your boyfriend is being a bit
Okay.
OTT. An anonymous dilemma now. Hi, William Jordan and the Sexted crew. A friend of a friend has been doing something rather cruel. She's been fooling around with a married man. Oh, dear. He's telling her he's going to leave his wife. Oh, yeah. But we all know that's not true.
They never do.
They never do. I despise cheaters, so I did some sleuthing and found out where he lives. It only took a few minutes of matching photos on her Instagram with the info I had. I then sent the wife a typed letter, carefully concealing my identity. Okay. But somehow it pointed to my friend. Now, the woman involved in the affair is questioning my friend, and I've denied any knowledge, but I feel I've implicated her. What should I do? Should I own up and risk ruining the friendship, or continue to deny and hope it blows over? Well, you have only got yourself to blame.
Oh,
Anonymous.
we've got to be careful with this one, Willie, because people are going to be listening now and strong opinions on this.
I would not have sent that letter.
No, it's probably
but they have. So we've got to give them some advice on what to do.
You probably know you're in the wrong. It's probably best to stay out of stuff like this. It seems a bit... I'm trying to tread carefully here. It seems a bit petulant to send that letter. peevish, or is she trying to do it as a favour for the... I'm struggling. Help me out.
The trouble... I wouldn't have sent the letter, but you have. I would be probably, in your position, I would probably take the try and say nothing and hope it blows over. If there's nothing that will point it onto you, but the trouble is it might become even worse for everyone involved. Equally, you could say, well, they shouldn't have had the affair in the first place, so they've only got themselves to blame. But you could own up. You can't go wrong with the truth.
Yeah.
It's like when I was in that cell in Switzerland and they were asking me all these questions like, how much do I earn? And do I have any debt? Blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, I don't really know whether I should answer these or not, but I just decided you can't go wrong with the truth. If I just give them the truth, it can't come back to haunt me in any way. So in a similar instance...
How's this got to do with your prison stretch?
Well, it's the only comparable situation. But the truth is always right.
And don't forget as well, right? Don't forget. And this is anyone, we've given advice before about knowing people having affairs and cheating on partners and stuff. And I think the advice I've given is don't get involved because there's 3 things you can't hide from: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And it'll all come out in the end.
Right.
What?
I don't know. You just have a way of saying something with such sincerity, but also such comedy at the same time.
There's something. Mairead told me that one.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, George. Mairead, she was on good form at the barbecue.
Sober.
Yeah. She's not a pisshead, but she's just having a time. She's having a time. She said, George, you can't hide from the sun, the moon, and the truth.
Right. Yeah. Well, yes. Don't. As much as you may despise cheaters, you don't send letters outing them.
Okay.
I suspect it would have all... You might have been the catalyst for it to all come out in the end. It would have come out in the end, but you shouldn't have got involved. Anyway, we've got more dilemmas in a moment. Next dilemma from another anonymous. Hello, Sexted team. I'm currently in Nissi Beach in Cyprus. Nissi Beach?
I've never been to Cyprus. I want to go.
Yeah, I went when I was like 8. It was quite nice. As an 8-year-old. Sometimes I generalise it to Ayia Napa. I didn't go to Ayia Napa. But now that I'm in my 40s, I prefer to be more age appropriate. Being in my 40s also means frequent trips to the toilet. They mean lavatory. Wearing a swimsuit makes the process tedious, having to strip off completely and then struggle to get a wet costume back on.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I figured out that moving the swimsuit gusset to the side, allowing me to wee without all the fuss.
It's just like pulling it to the side.
Yeah.
Just pissing out like a camel.
I'm assuming this... Right. Ideal, right?
You'd have to squat for that, I'm sure.
Or sit, yes.
Yeah.
Also, I thought, cue me walking back across the busy poolside to my husband, who opens one eye on his sun lounger as I approach. You might want to check your swimsuit, he says, pointing to my crotch. What's the etiquette when you've accidentally strolled through a crowded hotel with one of your flaps hanging out?
I thought it was going to be toilet paper.
Jordan, thank goodness pubes aren't in, because I was definitely out earlier.
Piss flaps.
I don't even know what...
A costume. Okay. Is it piss flaps or just flaps?
Right. Again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. There isn't an etiquette for everything. Hopefully people pretend not to notice. Your husband was very nice.
I thought your husband handled it very well. He's very polite. Had some decorum.
Yeah.
Had the demure, as they're all saying on TikTok. What is it?
Demure.
Demure and what?
Mindful.
Mindful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the new Brat Summer.
What would you do? You could...
Again... Yeah. Hopefully most people haven't noticed, but maybe the next day go and sit a different place around the pool.
How could you not feel that in the wind?
Well, this isn't my area of expertise.
Flapping about in the wind, would you not feel that?
Well, maybe it was very humid.
Because saying that, I constantly have my flies undone and never noticed.
So I had mine undone the other day. I was very embarrassed.
Did you? Yeah, I do it all the time. Where were you? You weren't with clients, were you?
No, I had come back from the loo or something. I think they were only, it was about a minute that I think people potentially noticed. Oh no, that was it. I was in a shop trying something on, had got changed, was buying it, and had walked from the changing room to the desk and
Did you do it discreetly?
No, I then noticed when I left the shop.
Oh, and then did you do it discreetly in the street?
Yeah.
I always feel like,
It's very embarrassing.
Have you ever caught your zip in your...
My what? No.
See, when I wee, I never have, because I don't unzip and
Sorry?
So...
You don't unzip?
No, I mean, I unzip, but I do the whole trousers.
Oh.
Some people just pull it out of the zip, don't they? And I think there's all
You're
kinds...
asking for trouble.
The chafing, I think that's weird.
Are you yet doing, we've talked about this with one of our collabs recently, are you yet doing what Ben and I do and having a sit-down wee?
Yeah, I'm well into it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't want this to go out.
Going out.
It's
good. You
Every
just have a
morning,
little
when I get
moment.
up now,
Yeah.
if I get up in bed, oh God, I'm on peppermint tea before bed.
We've stopped having it because that was making us, we couldn't get through the night.
I'm pissing like a racehorse.
Yeah, no.
Honestly.
You need to have it earlier.
Yeah. So
Or peppermint pills instead.
Oh, okay. Well, but I get up in night and have one. And then, I can't believe saying it. And then in the morning when I get up, 4:20, I'm like, off sleep. Let's have a little sit down. It's quite,
It's nice.
What episode was that on for people if they've not heard it?
It was in our collab with the girls' bathroom.
So listen to that episode. It's on the
Yes.
feed and you'll hear it there. Talked about a sit down wee.
This final one comes from Ben in Tamworth. Hello, William and Jordan. My grandpa passed away in 2009 from cancer, and the last time I saw him was in a hospice. My father and grandmother cared for him, helping to keep him comfortable. One morning, my father stepped out to use the lavatory, leaving my grandmother alone with him. A hospital worker came in and asked if his face and lips had been moisturised with Vaseline to hydrate his skin. My grandmother said no and offered to do it herself. She picked up a tub of Vaseline and proceeded to smother his face and lips. When my father returned, he asked which tub she used. She pointed to it, and in a moment of panic, my father informed her she had used the Vaseline meant for his chocolate starfish.
Oh. So, yes, because obviously that would be rubbed. Oh.
Despite being unable to move or speak, when we looked over at my grandpa, he was smiling. He had heard every word. He passed away shortly after.
What a way to go. Come on.
So the last memory I have of this wonderful man is having his face covered in poo jelly. What's the etiquette when you put Vaseline on the wrong hole?
So obviously you got... Oh, God, I've never thought about that.
But hang on.
Because...
I don't...
Right, so obviously there was 2 tubs of Vaseline, one for his body and one for those regions, because you don't want to spread germs, do you?
No.
So the one you're rubbing in on his arse, bless
Why?
him. I'm sure your granddad would really want this as his memory. I was talking about on the podcast.
It all goes on in Tamworth.
Well, yeah, because obviously you so say the nurse, nurses are...
They're not paid enough.
They're really not. So the nurse would have
Yeah.
turned him on his side. I don't know why I'm going into this details. Rubbed the Vaseline on his arsehole and gone back into the tub to probably rub some more in, and that would now have his arsehole germs on. So she'd have another tub for his face and his body. Are you with me?
I am with you. You know when you're in a nursing home?
Could have been worse. A relative could have gone in and gone, oh, is that Vaseline? Rubbed it in on her lips.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. When I'm in a nursing home, yeah.
If I'm having to look after you...
I'd please, that I'm going to Dignitas, mate. I am. Go on.
Would you need anything rubbing in?
I wouldn't want you to do it. No. God. That's like my grandma. I can understand now why my grandma says every time I see her, when I can't pull my knickers up, put me down. That's what she says. Would you want to, if you was in a home, would you want me to look after you?
We could look after each other. We'll still be doing this.
This would be great.
I-
Wheeling us in.
Yeah.
Stuart will still have them wheeling us in. Oxygen mask on. Ben will be back. Ben will be loopy by then. He'll be one of those old man that flashes people, won't he?
No.
Like, not in an arm, but he'll just be like... Ben will be like one of those kooky old men.
Yeah. Stuart's going to be Nurse Ratchet.
Oh, can you imagine him as an old man?
To be fair, no one will know any different because you're halfway through an anecdote now and forget what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
that's
saying.
true.
So
That's true.
no one will be able to tell the difference. Well, what a fun collection of letters we've had today.
Thank you for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, you can listen and watch every Tuesday and Friday. Remember, be careful without Vaseline.
Indeed. And pre-order or order Just Good Manners.
Anything else? No, seriously, pre-order it. It's a very good book.
Thank you.
Goodbye.